I feel like I've been like an Aziz Ansari fan for like a good minute now. I mean, like, nah, dude's mad funny. I like his mannerisms. I like how like when he gets excited, he do that high pitch. Hey, it's Randy, yeah, 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 and it's funny to me. And look, I'm comfortable in my masculinity to say, dude's totes adorbs. What do you mean I shouldn't say that? Hey man, just roll the intro. Welcome to Netflix Review with your host, B-Shack, aka Damn. And today, we have Master of None Season 2 on tap for you. Now, I don't know how many people are familiar with Master of None, the story, but if you haven't, I would heavily suggest starting it. It's very funny. It's hip with a kind of a nostalgic way of looking at things with some of his shots, cinematography, as it were. But this season basically starts off where the first season left off. It's kind of like a couple months afterwards. Dev is living in Italy, and the first episode kind of like has this foreign vibe to it, black and white, no grainy, but subtitles, and it feels very. And they basically speak the language of Italy through the whole film. The first episode, which is dope. It's fresh. It's a way of doing things that I think that both the director and I believe Ansari and Yang are the two people who directed. So I think that their ideas kind of mesh and make something that's very intelligent and very fresh. So the first episode again, basically, Dev is in Italy after he left New York, and you know we go from there. Don't want to give out too much, but it's still just as basically as fun as the first one was. It's just as smart as well. Some of my favorite episodes that stood out this season were the religion episode, which basically, for I don't know how many people out there have or grew up in households where your parents made you go to church with them, even if you griped and complained, as most kids do. And then as you got older, you found your own way of dealing religion and trying to keep your parents happy at the same time. And I think that episode connected with me very well. The second episode that stood out with me was, I think it was New York, I Love You. It had very, it wasn't like Crash, but it had a very Crash vibe, as in like everyone's connected and they all kind of intertwined somehow. I don't want to give out the story, but there's a part where one of the characters is deaf and like there's complete silence and subtitles and hand gestures, and it's brilliant. It's again, I hate to overuse the word fresh, but because I don't know anytime I've ever seen somebody have a deaf character and then they basically make everything mute. I mean, I looked at my TV because I thought something was wrong with my TV for a second, because when it changes to her character, there's nothing on, and I thought that was. I think that was an awesome kind of idea, and again, like everything just intertwines in the episode, so it was dope to watch that. And the last episode that stood out with me was the Thanksgiving episode, which was basically one of Dev's friends, Denise, and their relationship growing up, as Dev spent Thanksgiving holiday with her all throughout his childhood to his teenage years, to his adult. There's like a tradition for him to spend Thanksgiving with Denise's family, and you got to see how she grew up in this black household, finding her sexuality and being uncomfortable talking to her. Angela Bassett's in that episode, which was dope to see her. But it was a great episode, and it got to you. I mean, as an episode, I feel like that's probably one of the top. To the second season, I feel like that was one of their greater episodes for me. But not taking any of the episodes. I mean, there's a dating app episode that's kind of like Tinder, which was dope too. So, I mean, it's a very interesting show. It's funny. If you have not watched it, I heavily suggest it. If you have watched it and you're waiting on second season, it is available now. Check it out. I will say this: my two things I get from it, which one, both aren't really that bad, but this second season doesn't have as much sex as the first season did, which as a retired perv, I was like, dang it. Even though, I mean, I feel kind of weird rooting to see Aziz and Ansari have sex, because that's not really what I want to see. But it was still like I was like, he really get no cheeks. That's my Aziz Ansari impression. And second thing, which I believe may be a great thing, it feels like 10 episodes is just too short. There are 10 episodes both seasons, 30 minutes for all episodes except for one. The second to the finale is an hour long, but most of the episodes are 30 minutes long, so you can get through it pretty quickly. Um, if you have a Netflix and chill weekend with your boo, I heavily suggest it. It's funny, it's relatable to you, especially if you're in your 30s, because it's just basically this idea of basically trying to find somebody at this time period. For everybody who's basically in your 30s, it's like you're looking down the barrel of gun of whoever I'm dating kind of would be the person I'm going to end up spending a lot of time with, because we ain't got time to play around. You know what I'm saying? But uh, what are your thoughts? If you have seen it, what did you think about this season? Did you love it as much as I did? Because I'm gonna go and say, like, with some of these episodes, I thought that it was better than the first season, but not taking away anything from the first season. I loved the first season, but this was just it was better to me. Feel free to leave down any comments down below. I'm always here to vibe with you guys, and if you want to hit me up on any of my other social media, feel free to follow me. That's Damn Look at Him across the board. It's Damn Look at Him Twitter, Damn Look at Him IG, and Damn Look at Him Snapchat. Facebook is Damn Look at Him TV. Hit me up. And as always, be kind to one another and be easy. Peace. Happy Netflixing.